here with us today. So happy you're all here and all this aspiring money magnets. I want you to go ahead and rub your hands together and put it in your heart and just say, I am a money magnet.
I am a money magnet.
All right, come on, I can. Say it like you mean it.
I am a money magnet.
Woo! Did you feel the difference? Awesome. Well, I am here. So today we're going to be talking about 3 keys on how to activate your money magnet self. Okay? And I want to share a little bit about you, and thank you for that beautiful introduction by Barbara. You know, my life is really amazing now. I work with great clients. I have my amazing partner, Anatoly, who is, by the way, a somatic body healer and energy healer. So if you're ever in need for one, he's the guy. Not just because he's my guy, but he really is the guy, okay? When it comes to healing work. And, you know, I have a son he's turning 28, and he is a firefighter, fighting fires up in the Sierras. I'm really proud of him. You know? And I work with great clients who really want to transform their relationship with money. And I'm sure all of you who are here right now want that, right? But it wasn't always this way for me. Many years ago, close to 20 years ago, I was feeling this. I was getting depressed. I didn't know how to. I was just in the darkest moment in my life, and then I didn't have money to pay for rent. And in that moment, I was like crying. I felt so horrible about myself. I felt like, oh my God, I can't even take care of myself. And I remember crying and thinking, maybe the world is better off without me because I can't take care of myself. I'm just going to be a burden to others. That was the darkest time in my life. And then later on, as I was crying, there's a light bulb that said, wait a minute, is my life really just worth $1,200, which was the rent I was paying for? And you know, I realized, no, there's so much more about me than just the $1,200 that I didn't have. And so from that point forward, I created a space and a pathway for me to really heal all this limiting beliefs and traumas around money, to heal underlying traumas in my life. And I went to see a therapist. I hired a money coach. I got into my spiritual self and found my way back into wholeness and joy. And I would want all of you to have that. So are you ready to become a money magnet? Yes. And are you ready to let go of your limiting beliefs around money?
Yes.
Yes. All right. It is possible, because if me, like many years ago, thinking that my life is not worth living because I didn't have $1,200, any of you know someone or felt that way, or, like, there is the other side. And I'm a living testament to that. And I want to show you the things that I learned. So about how to become a money magnet. So I want you to pair up right now. So just pair up the person next to you or behind you, and go ahead and who wants to be A in that group? Okay, you're going to be A. So pick the A. All right. And then the other one will be B. All right. So A, the awesome people. I want the awesome. So you're going to share with your partner, what is your earliest memory around money? So I'll share with you one of my earliest memory around money is that growing up in the Philippines, my godfather, who lived here in the United States, used to send us money or give us money when he visits. And he would give us dollars. And the dollars were worth, $1 was worth to like, I don't know, like I think 10 pesos back then. And so I was like, ooh, dollars are better. I would want to have dollars, right? But you know what? What else did it translate to in my psyche as a little child? Ooh, Americans are better. And what else did it translate to? Ooh, white people is better, right? And so I just want your brains to kind of check, okay, what's your earliest memory around money? How do you feel about it when you think about your memory? What comes to mind? How do you feel? And looking at it now, what are the insights that you have about this memory around money? I'm going to give you a minute, okay? And so awesome people will be speaking first, and the beautiful people will be listening, okay? Ready? All right. All right. I love how everyone got so excited about talking about money. Awesome. Now, thank you. So go ahead, beautiful people, say thank you to your partner. All right. And now, beautiful people, it's time for you to share. And awesome people, go ahead and listen with your hearts. All right, find a wrap it up. Awesome. So, anybody want to share what are the things you heard about or what memories around money? I'm curious. Who would like to share?
Oh, I'll share.
Yes.
Okay, so I remember going with my sisters when my mom would be sleeping upstairs, and we'd go to her change bowl and we would steal her change. And I just remember that bowl and like digging my hands into that just deep well of money, right? And then going to the corner store and getting Reese's peanut butter cups. But so there's something like the abundance of money, but also taking my mother's money, and yeah.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, it's like it's really wonderful for us as children to have like, woo, there's abundance, and then it's like, whoops, I wasn't supposed to do that. So like, it's curious, like how much of that shows up in your life now. Of like, there's abundance, but then there's a space of no, I can't have it all, right? And so, thank you for bringing that into this space, into the room. Anybody else?
Me.
Yes.
So I'm from Colombia, and my dad used to send me a lucky dollar. Sometimes when he write letters from Miami, and I will get the lucky dollar, and it was for luck. But I will go to the store, not the store. I will go to it was like a empanada stand, empanadas.
Yeah.
And I would bring my friends, and then it was $1, but the person was very excited because it was $1. They thought there was more than, I don't know what they thought, but they give us empanadas, all of us. And that was not enough, but the person was too excited because it was, thank you for the dollar. And so I will be so happy because it was like 5 people, and that was it. It wasn't fair for the vendor, but I was like, okay, whatever. And then he thought that I had a lot of money. They always thought, oh, she had money because the dollar, but it was only $1. And I didn't have a lot of money, but it was funny too because I would be like, yeah. It was like they thought, and I was like, sure. I'm not sure I have it, but I didn't. But I was like, yes, I did. I do have a lot of money. Like I look like, okay, fine.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And there's something about the energy of I have money and I'm fine and it's lucky.
And, the lucky dollar actually worked. It was pretty,
It was a lucky dollar.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Anybody? Yes.
My first money memory is losing my tooth and putting it under the pillow. And
Yes. I love the tooth fairies. Yes. That's so awesome. I love how, everyone has this happy memories around money. That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing. So, part of one key about, when we are, when we have awareness around money, and this kind of awareness, like, there's an abundance, right? They say money is like tofu. Tofu doesn't really taste like anything, but it will taste good depending on what you do with it, right? And the flavor they put in it. So, what flavor are we going to put into our money space, right? So, I'm glad that people brought in that really abundant space, right? But it's not always like that for everyone, right? So, on your sheet, I want you to spell the word reaction. There's reaction, reaction. There's actually a section there.
I'm gonna borrow this.
Sure. Spell the word reaction. Now, REA. Who needs a pen? Does anybody need a pen? Anybody else need a pen? Okay, spelled it? Reaction?
Where do we put it?
Where?
Oh, right here. See, there's lines here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's lines there. There's 8 lines there. Spell that word reaction. Now, as you spell it, it's REACTION. What is the middle letter in that word?
C. Oh.
C. Yes, well, there's C and T, but we'll go with the first one, the C. And what does C stand for? Is consciousness. Now, what happens when you put C in the beginning of the word instead of the middle of the word? What do you get? Creation, that's right. So the first key is to stay conscious around your money. Because when I stay conscious and aware, okay, that's on the sheet here at the end. When I stay conscious and aware, I get to create and have more choices, right? You move from a place of reaction to creation. And what creates that is consciousness. So bring the consciousness back. So earlier, like the consciousness of abundance into our lives.
And have more consciousness.
Yes. Yes. So that's key number 1. All right.
Would you repeat it one more time? When I say conscious and aware, I get to.
I get to create
And have
and have more choices.
choices. Okay.
Choices. Yes.
You said, okay, you stay conscious,
Conscious.
okay.
Conscious around money and resources. And be in a space of consciousness of abundance and joy and put in all of that positive energy into your money space. Are you ready for the next key?
Yes.
All right. So the next key is you need to identify. So first we bring in our abundance space, right? The next key is you also have to identify your limiting patterns and beliefs around money. And there is a QR code right after the key. And there is a money quiz that you can take. So go ahead and take out your phones.
Oh my goodness.
And take this money quiz. Because we'll be talking about, in this quiz, you're actually going to find out what your limiting beliefs and patterns are. And we'll talk more about that. So you'll get into a link that has the money quiz. And basically, you're just going to click on words that you resonate with when it comes to money. So for example, one of the first words there is anxiety. If you ever felt anxious around money, then click that. Or I think one of the words there is also fearful. If you feel a little fearful, then click that. If it's, there's a bunch of words there. So just click the words that resonate with you when it comes to money. And there's no right or wrong answers to this. And also no judgment. Whatever it is what it is. And then when you're done, put your email information and your number so you can get the results emailed to you.
What was the first key? Was that stay conscious?
Stay conscious around money and resources.
Oh, okay.
So when you stay conscious and aware, you get to create and have more choices. And bring in that positive consciousness into your brain space. Yeah.
Is this your website?
Yes, and that is my website, so you can also learn more about what I do on my website. All right, are we almost done? Are you guys done? All right, so you probably got your quiz results. And those quiz results are basically archetypes around money. Doesn't define who you are, okay? It's just a tendency around money. And it's not your personality, it's how you behave around money. And really, no judgment about it. And I break this down into 2 wounds. We basically have 2 money wounds. And then from this money wounds, we have 3 compensations. So the first money wound is the innocent. I scored a lot on my innocent when I first took the test. How many of you scored on the innocent? Right? Yeah. So the innocents are, the wound about the innocent is no one was there to guide me. The innocents in the room are probably the ones whose parents didn't tell them how the world of money works, and then tell you, all right, okay, this is what you do when you have your money. Yes, you go save it, you invest it, and you make your money work for you. And this is how to do it. How many of us had that kind of guidance and yeah, not a lot, right? So.
My parents actually, my father, he would try to give advice, but when I was a kid, I was like, Mr. Know-it-all. I know. But now, after they passed, now I'm thinking, I should listen to them.
Yes. So there was the guidance, and then there was a part of you that was not ready to listen to it yet, right? Yeah. Because it needs to be given, information needs to be given it appropriately. right? So if we didn't get the appropriate information at the time, the way that we can digest the information doesn't do any good, right? So the innocents are the ones that are, can somebody else do this for me? Right? That's a usual thing about the innocent. I'd rather not do this, or could someone just give me the money? Like it seeks rescue, right? It's a very young part of us because it didn't have the guidance, right? It just doesn't know. So naturally, it will want somebody else to take care of it for us. That's how the world of the innocent is. So that's a first wound. The second wound is the victim. The victim is no one was there to protect me. And the victim is the part of us that was either betrayed, abused, or hurt around money. And it might not even be it might not even us getting abused, but it might have been our parents or someone in our lineage that somehow carries through. Okay, and then the victim also has no control over what happened. It really wasn't your fault. But this external circumstances kind of created this abuse or betrayal around money. So 2 wounds, no one was here to guide me and take care of me. The other one was no one protected me. Now, because we have these 2 wounds, there's parts of us that will try to take care of this wound. The first compensation, or the first way to take care of it, is to be a martyr. The martyr says, I know how hard it is not to have protection, not to have guidance. So I will be there for others no matter the cost to me. That's the psyche of the martyr. And anybody scored in the martyr? I scored on that. The martyrs are also the ones who have such big hearts and really would take care of others and be there for others. You'd be like shopping and you find something, it's like, ooh, I think Lisa would love this. And you'll buy it, right? But that Lisa is probably not thinking about you and not even think about, and would not think the same way about how you are towards them and towards giving. So the martyrs, everything always goes out, but nothing comes back in. And the biggest issue around martyrs is about having boundaries. Okay, so having healthy boundaries. The next compensation is this one. We probably had this growing up. If you scored in this space, most likely it's because someone was like that towards you at one point in your life. And the second compensation is the tyrant. The tyrant is very scared of losing control. So the MO of the tyrant is I need to be in control at all times. And it will lay down the law. You shouldn't have done that, right? All the guilt, all the blame, all the judgment, that's a tyrant move. And you might do it towards yourself or even towards others. Sometimes tyrants will also try to control things through money. Like, all right, just to shut something up into like, all right, just put money in there and it will, we'll shut up, right? So that's again, this is just trying to stay in control. Why? Because the victim or the innocent doesn't have any control. So this compensation goes on the other end because there's someone that you learn that from. So no judgment if you do have a tyrant, again, you're just trying to take care of those wounds that you've had. The next compensation is, actually, I love this compensation. I had it too, And these are the super fun. And this is the Fool. How many of you scored on the Fool? Yes, this is the energy of I want it and I want it now, right? Because the one that didn't have the guidance couldn't self-regulate, right? And so it goes into, it only knows what it wants, and it only knows that it wants it now. And it's very much live in the moment. So the MO of the Fool is life is short, just live in the moment, and don't worry about tomorrow. It's a great way, right? It's like if we are in that space of living in the moment, it really is a beautiful thing. But now when it comes to money, because we do need to take care of our money, right? This one, you want the Fool in other aspects of your life, but not when it comes to just like, we don't want to like be a shopaholic, or there's other ones that go for shopping therapy. Like, oh, see, I mean, it's so like, oh, I'm going to shop because I don't feel, something uncomfortable happened. I'm going to treat myself, right? And I'm going to get that ring, or I'm going to get that earring. And what is it doing? Again, it's compensating for that wound that we have around money. So anytime you find yourself in these two wounds, or you find any of this compensation, it is only trying to take care of that fear of being abandoned. That's the fear of the innocent, and the fear of not being protected. So there's always a fear underneath. So when we can identify this actual fears that we have and stay with it, not make it wrong, then things can shift. Any questions? Yes.
So what happens if you get zeros on both the wounds, innocence and victim?
Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. That's, you're very rare. Do you have any compensations? So,
Do I have what?
did you score anything in the compensations?
I'm a martyr. I'm a warrior 50%.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm
Yeah.
a martyr 34%.
Okay, so that part that it's probably a learned behavior to give it to people and not let things come back to you. So it's a learned behavior that was probably modeled to you. Right? Yeah, and there might be, you might not have scored in the innocent or in the victim, but there might be some underlying things there, and we don't know what it is.
So
But
what does a magician mean?
I will tell you more about that later.
I could be a magician.
Beautiful. Yes.
Would you say just a little bit more about how the percentage by type works?
I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Yeah, so any questions about the woundings and the compensation? No? All right, ready for key number 3? All right, so key number 3 to become a money magnet is you need to connect to your wealth superpowers. I call it the money trinity because there's 3 of them. So the first superpower is your warrior. We have a warrior here in the room. How many else scored the warrior? Awesome. Now, The warrior is the part of us that is disciplined, will go for what it wants, will do whatever it takes. This is the protector. And this is the divine masculine energy in us. So, right now, I want you to think of a time where you accomplished something really big for yourself. Okay, you have that now?
Yes.
All right, now I want you to stand up. Everyone stand up. And I want you to feel the energy of that space when you accomplished something. And just notice how you stand. I remember when I graduated from St. Mary's and got my MBA, when I walked through the stage, I actually went in the front and I said, yes, right? So what is the stance of your part? This is the energy of you accomplishing something. How does it feel in your body? So just close your eyes and go back to that moment and feel it in your body. How does it feel?
Joy.
Joy. What else?
Dancing.
Dancing. Awesome. Now I want you to just feel this. And if there's a stance, what is the stance of this part of you? Like for me, it was like, yes,
I feel like a superhero. Like
superhero.
No,
Yeah, awesome. What else? Superhero. I was like this.
Invincible.
Invincible. Yes. What else?
My shoulders are back.
Your shoulders down. Yes. This is your warrior energy. It's always been in you. It's just a matter of tapping into it. And you have this body memory. So whenever you're feeling like, you get shaky, tap into this space. Remember something good about yourself. And just notice how you feel right now, right? I love your smile at the back.
I'm still thinking about it.
Yes. Doesn't it feel good to just like, yes. All right, I want you to all to kind of walk around the room and show your warrior to each other. If you're gonna walk, show your warrior. Yeah.
I still haven't seen it in my car.
Yes. Oh, yes, happiness. Beautiful. I can do anything. All right, so let your warrior walk back to your seats. How did that feel? Uplifting. Yes, so this wealth superpower is already in you. It's a matter of connecting to it, okay? Next superpower is your magician. How many scored a magician?
oh yes, magician.
Yes.
That was my biggest one. Oh.
Yes, awesome. And you know what? The magician is the divine feminine in you. This is the spiritual side of you. And this is the part of you that knows real abundance comes from our ability to connect to source. When that happens, that's when real abundance comes through. And because you're, and because you're here at SoulSearch, and because this is the spiritual side of us, I'm pretty sure most of you scored something in the magician, no matter how small it is. It's because
50%.
50%.
Wow.
Wow, beautiful. And this is also the most loving, the kind, the compassionate parts of ourselves. So when you can feel this loving part of yourself, the nurturing part of yourself, How does it feel in your body? Softening. Now, I want you to notice what is the biggest wound or compensation that you have. I want you to feel into your magician, and what will the magician say? What is the most loving and the kindest, compassionate thing that your magician can say to one of your wounds or compensations?
I would say everything is gonna be okay.
Everything's gonna be okay. Beautiful.
Wasn't your fault.
It wasn't your fault. Yeah.
You did the best you could do.
You did the best you could do.
All that tyrant energy has turned you responsible. There's some silver lining here.
Yes, all right. You became responsible. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Right? So notice the energy, how it shifts when we can rest on that loving energy, that feminine, receptive side of us. Like, there's more room. And then we can create. So the consciousness of the warrior and the magician gets to be the guiding force when it comes to your money. And you have that in you already. I'm just pointing it back to you of how to tap into it. Okay? Now, the third superpower is your creator artist. What is the creator artist? The creator artist is the part of us that is connected to source and creation. Right? It's yes, it can be the artist, the musician, but it's also your ability to just like create. Your cooking is your creation, right? It's all of that.
Yeah.
And now, I want you to tune in. If your creator energy is a gem, what kind of gem would it be? Garnet. I think I heard a diamond here. Yeah. So just feel the energy of that gemstone and the gem that you are. So I want you to think that if money actions and decisions were a car, you want your warrior to be driving, you want your magician on the front seat navigating, you want your creator artist on the back seat. The victim, the innocent, the fool, the martyr, and the tyrant, they all get packed nicely in the luggage and they stay in the trunk. They don't get to have a say around money. Only those three. Okay? So I just shared with you the 3 keys on how to become a money magnet. How does everyone feel?
That's great.
Awesome. So now, all of you took the quiz, yeah? And you guys have questions, like about the percentages around it. Like how active is it or passive, right? I would love, we only have 5 minutes left. So I would love to talk to each one of you and actually go through your quiz results. And I will have a time and space for you to give you a plan on how to activate your superpowers more and how to be with the wounds. And you'll get a half, this is a complimentary because you all came here today and spent time with me. You will receive a complimentary, no obligation, money magnet activation breakthrough session with me. How many of you would like to have that? Yes. So there is another QR code. And this is my money magnet breakthrough session. Get on the QR code. and you will get into my calendar. I've opened up the spots. So schedule a session with me, and the first 3 people who sign up for a session with me will get 30 minutes extra. So you'll get a full hour with me. So go ahead and schedule that session now, because I really want to go through your money quiz results. It will be more personalized space. And then it can also be a way for us to see if it makes sense for us to continue working together. But it's, again, no obligation. I want to support you become a money magnet. I gave you 3 keys.
If I click on one that says it's open, it says we're unable to schedule your appointment.
It means somebody else was trying to schedule it. So do it right away.
Yeah, I think
Look at
that happened
They're
to me.
still available
Yes.
though.
There is a column in the results that says influence, active, and passive. What does that mean?
Yes, so the active and passive, it just means that each of the words in the quiz relate to characteristics of each of the archetypes. And it just means how many of it did you score in that. And the active means you're using it. So if you're 50% warrior, it means the warrior in you is active around the money space. Now, the passive is, it's not that strong. However, when you have stressful times, because their wounds, they get active again, right? And that's where we want to shift it. That's where we want to have a healthier relationship with those parts. And you want your magician, your warrior, and your creator go all the way up to 100, and everything else down to 0. And that's the time that I would work with you during our, so how many of you scheduled? Awesome, we'll go schedule. Go find them.
Yeah, but it doesn't, I wanted to talk to you, but I can't, those times don't work for me because I work. So.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
let's talk, yes. How many of you also have that? How many of you also have that issue? I will go ahead and we can connect.
Yes.
Put your info. How many of you have that issue that the dates do not work for you for this week, but would like to have one? I'm happy to open that calendar and I will send you. Put your name, your email and phone number so we can get on the phone and we can find something together. So what's your biggest takeaways for the session today?
Can I get one?
Yes. What's your biggest takeaways? What did you learn? Yes.
I think that it's curable.
Yes, it is. It is curable. There is hope. Yes. And here's the thing. Think of it this way. We remember a little kid, like a little child who's running around and then they run and then they trip and then hurt their knee and then they cry. In the most ideal world, what happens to that child? The child has an adult or a parent that can go to, and then the child, is it time? Yeah, just finish it. And then the child can have someone there and say, oh, what happened? Oh, okay, we'll take care of you, right? And then we'll take care of the owie and the child feels better. And then we'll say, all right, next time, maybe walk instead of running, right? So we gave it the space to be with what actually happened, and then find a way for nervous system to calm down, and then go into what's the next step, right? How many times have we gone through life where we don't have that? And so in the breakthrough session with me, you'll have a space to actually look at those issues with me. Again, complimentary, schedule your session with me. And if you don't have make sure that you get this blue sheet and schedule a time with me. And return the sheets to me so I know, and also the pens. Thank you so much for being here. Wonderful.